I am here to do just my little, I guess, vlog. I've had a really bad anaphylactic reaction yesterday, and I'm lucky to be able to speak this loudly at this point today. And I'm not really going to talk about much. I always have a string of being major reactions or minor or very minor when I really don't even talk about those. And those are when I can immediately stop it with Benadryl. I've had a string of those on top of my others. I've been fighting infection. My doctor doesn't give me antibiotics. I haven't had them in years. She's afraid to give them to me. And she knows I can normally beat it naturally. She's one of those doctors who has come to see that I heal my skin and everything. It's been better because I have so many allergies to um, chemicals and preservatives and artificial ingredients um, that she's afraid of prescribing medicine. But yesterday's reaction was really bad. You go out in a place and you go to one place you're normally safe in, and then someone brings in something from outside that was unexpected. And someone brought in a Cece's pizza, and it was loaded with hot peppers all on top, the pepperoncinos. I got out of there fast, but then it slowly closed my throat, and I literally ate Benadryl the entire day, and then it kept wanting to reclose, and I did not sleep at all last night. But some of the supplements I take daily, I take allergy pills daily. I take 3. I take Claritin in the morning, Claritin at night, Zyrtec at night, and Benadryl at night. And then if I have reactions, I'll sometimes add Claritin. I need both. I can tell the difference if I stop one or the other, not on purpose because I've run out. Forgot to tell my husband to refill them for me. But some of the supplements I take, and I also took when I had a tumor and had that removed. And I researched my supplements when my allergies were first starting to get so out of control. It was literally, I couldn't heal. And I researched a lot, and I came up with a regimen that really works. They all focus on cell health and cell rejuvenation because my body's always in a sense of healing. And also, they all do some form of anti-inflammatory properties. So every day, and it depends, once or twice a day, I take a good strong bromelain, and then I take a form of turmeric. This one has to be turmeric with ginger, but all turmeric you should take should always have bioperine in it, so otherwise your body really can't utilize that. I take resveratrol. Resveratrol for me has been saving grace. My nutrition, everything was so affected. It had greatly affected my pulse rate, and it was like not steady, and all that stuff can be extremely unhealthy, and you can more easily develop clots. So resveratrol has stopped that, and I always take my resveratrol. And there's good and bad brands. I do a lot of research into companies, and then I do alpha-lipoic acid, and that's also been a fantastic one for me. And I take that daily, and I also take every day a B12 methylcobalamin, not the cheaper version. This one is better quality, better absorbed, and just better. So always spend a little extra. I get the methylcobalamin, not the cyanocobalamin. Today I get it and I take it. I used to do the ground version, and then they came out the good oil, and I take that. I need to take it daily. I don't keep it with my other ones because it's an oil and I forget, but I made sure I took it today. My organic flaxseed oil, and I normally put it in a little cranberry juice because it's black pepper. It tastes, and do that. You can't really see it, but I have an infection here. I've had an infection here, all under my chin. My face is still really poofy. Here, all through my forehead, and all of my nose. It was sporadically just the past couple of weeks, just breakouts are oozing. This part, the past week, worse. I guess past 2 weeks. I guess it's been a little longer, really. I'm sorry, my eye's starting to red. And it started to spread across all this. And you got to remember, I have sores all in my mouth and in my throat. And God knows where else inside. But I was able to stop the infection for my whole mouth. I use tea tree oil. And to be honest, I'll put it on. They always say don't. a lot of these things can burn your skin. I think my God has granted me one thing, and I am a lot more tolerant of applying essential oils on my skin because I can't tolerate anything else, right? I was given that, but I'll put it directly on my lip. But I always do, or on my skin, but I always do top it off with natural oil. I use a baobab, emu, rosehip seed oil is fantastic for skin. If you do your research, it's been fantastic for skin for like centuries. But I use a lot of castor oil, organic castor oil on my lips, and I actually use it. I fill my own roller bottles, and I actually use it straight every day as just a lip gloss. It's very healing to my lips. No, it does not give you the runs, not even close. Not does it affect you at all. The myths and fears behind castor oil are kind of hilarious. It's actually an extremely healthy oil to use on your skin and on your lips. So I use it on my lips. But I thought today, instead of having to do two and get off my hands, because I always forget to wash them, then you put them in your eyes, and let me tell you, that stings. I have all types and sizes of roller bottles. So you can just buy little roller bottles. I get mine. I've received all mine, to be honest. I've ordered them all from Amazon. I watch for sales, and I do that. And then the roller bottle attachment, this one is teeny. I do have a tool. If you're going to do roller bottles and fill your own, which I highly, highly recommend, my personal opinion, get a good tool. And it's essential oil bottle. It's a roller, the bottle opener. I don't know what the actual name is. A little brain fogged. But get the metal ones. Get a good one, and it helps you take that roller bottle attachment off so you can fill it more easily. So, and the one thing I did not bring over here, for this size bottle, I'm going to need either a pipette or a funnel. But what you're going to do is, this has at least I'm going to put some tea tree oil. Let's see how. I can't even see it. Affects my vision. I don't have any rhyme or reason. See, losing it. I use a lot of tea tree. But like I said, it really helps my infections. I rely on it. I don't really use anything else. So I'm going to put a good amount in there because that's what I'm going to use strictly for infection. I'll need to top it off with this, but I can't really do that on my smaller bottle. And this will be my straight. It'd help if I could see. I'm like blind as a bat. There we are. You see, it just pops it right off. And hopefully I can pour it in here. Put my napkins down. I didn't think it through. It's pretty steady. But I keep one by my bed. When you have massive allergies, I keep put too much in there. I filled up fast. I keep a supply of medications everywhere. So I have my purse, which is full, and then of my medicines, EpiPens. See my brain. Broncaid, which is a pill form of epinephrine. That I don't really swallow unless my asthma is really out of control, because I'm losing it. I'm putting the wrong thing in. And then, no! All right. Well, then you just use your tool. It went flying out of my hand. And then I'll have my roller bottle of my castor oil. Like I said, this tool makes it night and day difference. So, but and then like I said, I keep my medicines. I have by my bedside. I keep a whole thing of medicine, and then my purse, and then my house is technically it's 3 floors, but 2 main floors. So I have stuff on each floor. Because if you rebound, or sometimes they react, sometimes I think it's really slow, and you'll hear people pass away from anaphylaxis. One, they don't take their medicine. 2, I've read one horrifying it made me cry, to be honest, because of my anaphylaxis. I read a news article about, they thought she didn't give the EpiPen to her son. She called 911 and waited because it had passed the expiration date. And they say, no, you should have given it to him. It's still good. You can tell there's normally a window in most EpiPen products, so you can see it. And if it's cloudy, it's gone bad. If it's clear, it's still good. You got to remember, the United States sends most of their expired medications over to other countries. So it's not going to hurt you if it's not going to full strength anymore. When you're talking about saving your life, I would take it. Personally, as for me personally, I would have taken it. So always have your medications. See, brain fog. I get brain fog when I do that. But that's really helped me. It's what I take daily. Oh, and I also drink twice a day. I drink it straight. The organic apple cider vinegar with the mother. There's a lot of different brands. And if we run out of this one, my husband will bring home another brand, but you can tell the difference. This one seems to have a large ratio of the mother, I guess you call it, in it. And so I actually drink it ounce in the morning and ounce at night. I did not drink it this morning. My throat's so raw. Sometimes if your throat's really raw, it'll actually make it swell shut. But I also, when I have full-blown infection going, I always clean my skin in white vinegar. It's the best out of everything I've tried. So even when I have open sores, like my lip and everything, I'll just soak it straight in vinegar. A little pain means you're alive, right? But that has been the godsend for most of my skin infections and keeping them down and keeping scars from healing. Believe it or not, vinegar. Amazing. And when I used to do nursing and home nursing with the babies at home on vents, they had trachs, all that stuff. We didn't use bleach in home or any chemical disinfectant for safety reasons, but we used white vinegar, and believe it or not, you can sterilize something in white vinegar if you soak it. It has to be a full 24 hours. That's how great vinegar is. But when it's a full-blown and it's really bad, you can't really tell it here, but I call it like hot, really hot. You can see it's like yellow and whites are forming, and it's just a really hot infection. I use this also. So then I'll soak. It was actually better, but then my reaction last night, it's starting to heat back up. So I'm not really happy about that. So I actually soaked it in apple cider vinegar and then cleaned it and soaked it again in white vinegar before I went to bed, and then in the morning. So another thing I did last night, which helped, was, and it helps me insanely, that's what I did bring out here. I also take, especially when I've had a strain, I'll take a garlic pill daily, twice a day too, and then I get fresh garlic. Organic is obviously better, and then I'll take a big garlic clove and I'll hold it in my mouth between my back molars. You bite down on it so it's opening up, and then you start to really hold the mouthful saliva. So sometimes I'll roll to the stake. You have to spit the saliva out, but keep the you don't want to swallow any of it. You're pulling the bacteria out. And then, I'll switch sides back and forth, and I'll try to hold it until it starts really burning and you can't hold it anymore. And then I'll spit out the clove and rinse my mouth out. But garlic has insanely helped. So when I know my throat infection, everything's popping back up, to be honest, between the garlic and the vinegars and my natural oils, and then I use colloidal. I haven't used colloidal silver in a while. I need to order some more. It seems to kick the infection, and then the doctor never has to put me on antibiotics, brain fog. I mean, I even went in there. She was like, a few weeks ago, she was like, oh my God, your sinuses are pretty much completely blocked. But I was able to clear it all with my natural stuff. So kudos for that. Thank God for modern medicine, though. Wouldn't be here live without it. But when you have allergies like me, you gotta weigh it. Weigh your back and forth. Like I met with an allergist recently. Allergists are, I love them. They do great for a lot of people, but I'm not a by the book person, and I've never been by the book medically. For example, my asthma presents so differently. They thought I had a major disease, ran me through all the tests, just asthma. Same with my allergies. And if I'm not by the book, they don't know what to do with me, so they question it. And so this allergist didn't question it at all. I love doctors that when you go in there, they're on the laptop researching things as they're talking to you. I love doctors who love knowledge, that they on their free time are striving to learn more and researching and fascinated by it. And so he's a good match for me. He said he can't do anything for me. He's going to look into stuff. Immunotherapy is a big thing now in the States. They're just starting it. They don't do it everywhere, and insurance doesn't cover it. It desensitizes you, and so it brings your allergies down. Turns out, he said, they've been doing it in Europe for over 10 years, and you have to do the immunotherapy drops. It's like a drops you put in your mouth before they let you go on to allergy shots, because allergy shots is such a long, prolonged thing, big money maker here in the States. And they'd only recommended a couple allergy shots for me and said it may or may not even work, and I have to do it for a few years, and the copays, I honestly don't think I could afford it. So he's looking into some immunotherapy for like dust and dogs, because you can't get away from those. But it might be cost prohibitive because it's not covered by insurance. So we got to check into that, and we'll see. I don't even know where I was going. But like I said, my natural products, what I do, what I use, every day is like game of Russian roulette. Russian roulette every day I wake up, and that's just how it is. So be mindful when you're going out in public, what you bring out, what you do. Our country is turning so hard that they don't want to hurt anyone's feelings or offend anyone, that a lot of common sense, I don't know, going out the window. A lot of things are known allergens, and now people are allowed to bring things everywhere or do things, and no one's allowed to speak up or ask people to leave the store or the restaurant or anything else without it becoming news. So most stores now have a policy, just don't even bring it up. And so, but be mindful of what you could hurt a person. That person had no clue that they could have ended my life yesterday, and it's happened many times. Is it worth bringing your fuzzy dog into a hair salon that legally they're not even allowed in because of health code, because you didn't want to leave them at home, but that action could end somebody's life. Little things like that. It's just, years ago I had a cat. We had a couple cats. Never brought my cat anywhere. Love my cat dearly. Made sure he's well taken care of. Ironically, I'm a huge animal person. Huge, huge, huge. Love them. Right? Love them more than people sometimes, that's for sure. Anyhow, just common sense. I try and be mindful, probably because of my health issues when I'm out. And so just I always try to keep things clean and tidy, and I don't bring things that'll bother people. I don't wear heavy colognes, heavy perfumes. To be honest, I only use natural oils now, but I know people who heavy colognes will throw them in, if you just walk by them, will throw them into a massive asthma attack. So, like I say, I just try and be mindful, and always be vigilant, I guess, every day. If you have health issues, always be vigilant, do research, don't mind speaking up. It's so funny because the doctor mentioned to me different types of allergy medicine or inhalers, and we talked about it, and I said I'd worked at a specialty pharmacy, did med teaching, and I was told by the pharmacist a lot about the liver and kidney toxicities and some of these medications eat at your heart valves, and it's just healthier to use my albuterol. And the more and more we talked about medications, he started looking up and he had to admit to me, I can't put you on that. You're right. Heavy liver toxicity, this and that. So sometimes when you question a doctor with knowledge, don't go in stupid and bring up stupid things. If you actually have some knowledge, don't be afraid to ask the doctor, or don't even be afraid to ask the doctor, how's the liver toxicity? How's the kidney toxicity levels? Because more and more kidney centers are popping up, more and more people, they're damaging their kidneys. So after all that stuff was done, he was like, it's really not healthy for me to put you on anything different. And he left me as is. And it's like I said, If it weren't for the constant anaphylactic reactions, I would have been pretty healthy. Have a great day.